Hey guys. So I realized it's been a couple weeks since I did a video, so I'm doing a really quick one right now. Life has been extremely busy, as is usual for nursing school, but I'm actually on vacation right now. Classes are done. I survived finals. It was super hard the last 7 days of 6 days of class. We had 7 exams. Um, so it was very crazy. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to get a video up. It was just studying after exam, studying after exam. I honestly did not have time. I never saw my family. Um, I barely had time to eat. I record my food and what I eat and stuff and exercise on this app on my phone. And I maybe ate one meal a day. Otherwise, I was studying and I was so exhausted by the time I'd come home at 10 or 10:30 from studying that I would literally take a shower and fall into bed. One night I fell into bed with my towel still wrapped around my hair, and I woke up in the morning and it was like sticking every which way. It was actually quite comical. I probably should have taken a picture of it. But I was headed to class, so I quickly just braided it and went on. But anyhow, that was my last 7 days of nursing school. But on the plus side, I'm done. So that is very exciting. It was very hard. I passed both of my finals. I got an 90 on my nursing 3 final and an 86 and 88. 88. She gave a point back, but I got an 88 on my Roland Scope final. So I finished off pretty well. My capstone class as well, I finished. I got an A in that class, 100% across the board. I got an A in Roland Scope and a 93 in Nursing 3, which for my school is technically a B+. A 94 starts an A. So I'm proud of myself for those grades. It is hard being like a perfectionist. I always want to go like AAA, but you also have to realize in nursing school, and it's something that I've realized, that even as long as you're trying your best, you can't ask for anything more. Nursing school is hard, so keeping that average is more challenging than maybe other majors. But anyhow, that's a different story. So, like I said, this is just a quick update. Classes are done. I'm done. I have my pinning ceremony in 2 weeks from today. And it's nice. It's a weight lifted off my shoulders that I'm done with that. But I had to take 2 days ago, a day ago. What is today? 2 days ago, I had to take a comprehensive predictor, which is done through ATI, which I'm also actually in the process of making an ATI video for you guys. I told you I would make you one, and I have not forgotten. I've just been working on that and trying to work on that between classes and school. But I want to make sure that it makes sense, it's comprehensive, it's all together, and it's not just me rambling on or whatever. So that video, actually, I think I should be done with it. I was going to work on it tomorrow, but I think I should be done with that tomorrow, if not Sunday. So look for that early next week. Just in a couple days, I'm going to, once I have it all, record it. But anyhow, I took the comprehensive predictor on Tuesday and on Wednesday. And that's because for our school, in order to do that, it gives you a certain percentage, and I'll explain this in the video too. I'll tack that on there at the end, but it gives you a certain percentage that you get, but there's also a percentage that our school requires, and it has like the percentage you scored on the exam and then the percentage that you need in order to your probability of passing the NCLEX the first attempt. So for my school in particular, as an exit exam, we have to take the comprehensive predictor. And in order for them to release our name to the state for us to sit and take our boards, we have to score a 95% probability that we pass the NCLEX. Um, so I took that test. I signed up to take that test on Tuesday. And I was studying for it hardcore because I really didn't want to have to retake it. I wanted to get it done, get it out of the way so that my name could be sent to the boards. So I've been studying for that the past 5 days since school got out, and that's another reason I wasn't making a video. Because even though school was out, I was still like, study, study, study. So I went in and took it Tuesday. I went in at 2, and they had 2 different times signed up, 2 and 4. And my thought was, okay, those who are taking Comprehensive Predictor are coming in at 2 to take the exam. We'll get the exam done. We'll be in our own room. We won't have any disruptions. So I felt really confident on that exam. I felt good about it. There were maybe a couple questions that I didn't know, but I was able to narrow it down to 2 answers, and then from those 2, I was like, okay, this one definitely seems, higher acuity or whatever. So I was feeling good about it, and then 2 hours into the exam, I had like 60 questions left, and they started having people come in for the 4 to 6 block, and they were all lowerclassmen, and as I came in, nothing against lowerclassmen, but they didn't realize what we were taking, I think, and the brevity and gravity that it had. So as they're coming in, they're talking really loud and they're moving around and they're moving their papers, and I lost all concentration. I could not focus. There was like 20 questions on the exam that I think I read each one maybe 5 times and was so flustered I just could not concentrate. And one of the questions I know for sure, and this is what gets me, one of the questions I knew for sure, as soon as I hit the next button, I was like, oh, that wasn't the answer. But, I don't want to blame other people. It was my mistake or whatever, but it was still frustrating because my score popped up and I got a 95 or a 94% and I needed a 95. And so I was really bummed and upset with myself and the whole situation, really. But I walked out because we're supposed to go meet with our professor for that class to tell her what we got, and then she will tell us, you have so much to remediate, and want you to do whatever she wants us to do. So I went to meet her, and I was like, she's like, how'd you do? And I just started crying, and she's like, well, how bad was it? And I told her, I said, I got a 94. And she's like, that's good, Jessica. That's so close. She's like, you literally missed it by 1 question. I was like, that doesn't help. I was so bummed. So she was like, okay. She looked at my score and she's like, you did really well. She's like, I want you to go home, relax tonight. Don't study. Come back tomorrow morning and I want you to take the exam again. She said, I don't usually do this, but you were so close and I know you can get it. She's like, I know you're going to pass it tomorrow. She's like, but I want you to come back tomorrow and take it again. Just get it over with. And I was like, but I thought we were supposed to remediate or whatever. And she said, yeah, there are most people I'm telling to remediate right away. She's like, but you got a 94. You missed by 1 question. And I told her, I was like, everyone came in the middle of the test. It completely, I lost all concentration whatsoever. And she was like, okay, well, tomorrow come in. She's like, I will have a room set aside for you to take the exam because you're the only one right now taking it. She said, I've had people who, have gotten 70s and 60s on the comp, and she's like, that's when I tell them, you need a week of remediation. Send me your notes and whatever. She's like, but you can do it. And so I went home, and I was like, I'll be honest with you, it was very hard. I was and this is hard for me to admit, but I was excited with my score because I got a 94% probability of passing the NCLEX. That's really good. On the first attempt, that's really good. But my score requires a 95, and that was just messing with my head. So the struggle that night to not feel like a failure was extremely hard because I didn't meet the bar that was expected. And granted, we're allowed to have 7 times to take this comp predictor before the school technically kicks us out. That was my second, okay, this is my second attempt to take it. We took one a quarter before, but we had no idea. It was like, that was the third exam that day that we took, and I was just like, well, I'll take it to study, you know, how to study it or whatever. So a 94, in my opinion, was really good. The time before that, I got an 89, which I still thought was really good, but I didn't study for it at all. I was like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, Tuesday night was rough because I was trying so hard to not be down on myself. I really, really wanted to study. So instead, I went in and I got a little bubble fizz bath bomb, and I took a shower, took a bath, relaxed. I just looked over a couple things that I remembered from the exam that I was like, I don't remember, you know, I didn't know anything about this or whatever. I looked over those, and then I went to bed, and I woke up in the morning and went in to take the exam. It's a different exam each time, so the questions are different, but the content is the same. So like there was a thoracentesis question on both exams, but they were different questions, if that makes sense. So anyhow, I went in. I went to school on Wednesday and was able to take my exam, and I about passed out when I saw my score because I was going through the exam and I really was like struggling. I had to stop 3 different times and like reevaluate and refocus myself because I was really struggling after Tuesday to not get in that mindset of I'm a failure and I'm going to do worse, because I was really afraid I was going to do a lot worse, especially with everything psychologically that was going on in my head. But anyhow, when my score showed up, my mouth literally dropped. I was like, what? I got a 99% probability of passing the NCLEX on the first attempt. That was huge for me. I was so excited. Definitely needed it. I was so glad. So I'm done with everything school related. All I have left is my boards. But it was like a huge weight. I'm thankful that it's over with. I'm thankful that I passed, that I wasn't psyching myself out to the point that I did worse on the exam. That would not have been good. And I just realized this is really bad lighting. But, so anyhow, that's done and over with. I do still have to take boards. I don't know yet when I'm going to take that. We had this Hearst review, which is this company that came in and did a NCLEX prep class, basically is what they called it, and they gave us a notebook. It was 3 days of class, which is also why, because I was there for 3 days and then I'd come home and study so that I could take this exam. But they came in and it's basically kind of like an outline of everything, hitting the high points of everything we learned. So I went through that, and I'm going to continue to study that, and there's some materials and stuff that they gave us online that I'm going to go through, and that helps in studying for NCLEX before I take the boards. But my goal is to take the boards as soon as possible. So look forward to that video. And I'm sure there will be videos of my nerves and stuff before then. But that was really all I just wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about my experience with the Comp Predictor because if any of you guys have to take it, it is very stressful, I understand, but it is possible. And if you don't get the score that you need, don't get discouraged. Keep studying. One of the things I did was not try and remember specific questions, but rather remembering the whole concept. So, for example, I gave one on thoracentesis. Not just knowing whatever that question was, but knowing what the side effects are, what maybe some complications are from it, because you never know what the question is going to be. And I'll go into this in my ATI video, but I'll also talk about how to answer questions and how to go through that rational thinking for answering questions, which isn't just helpful for ATI, but it's also helpful for the nursing classes in general, in getting an idea of this is what the question's asking, this is the way in which I need to answer it. So be looking for that video. But again, I just wanted to give a quick update. I also am wondering how you guys are doing. Post in the comments below what you're going through. What are maybe some things that you need advice or help on, and I'll try and include that in a video as well. My goal is to get 2 videos up this coming week. I want to get that ATI video up for sure on how to study for ATI, how to take ATI, even just, not even the Compredictor, but I will include that in there, but even the weekly or the module video, the module content for those of you who have to take ATI, because ATI is a different beast, we'll call it. So look for that video, and then also look for a video I'd like to do on just some things that you guys have said. I have had a couple requests actually for what other resources and materials have I used along the way. I'm trying to collect all that. I was just getting pictures done the other day actually for my pinning, and so I went through and pulled all of those resources out, and there's a huge stack over in the corner of my room of all of that stuff. So now that I have everything pulled out and together, I'll pull out those extra resources and make a video on that as well for you coming up really shortly. Now that school is out, I'm not going to stop making videos. My plan is to continue making videos. I do have some of those extra videos, ideas that people have given me. I'm always open and looking for new videos. Even if some of you want to comment in the comments below on maybe topics or questions you would like me to answer, I would like to do occasional videos like that where I'm answering your questions and just getting feedback from you guys on what has been helpful, what do you maybe have questions on, or wondering any tips or advice that maybe I can give you. I'm also going to be doing videos on progression through life as a new graduate nurse. And hopefully soon also starting videos on that transition from getting your associates to bachelor's, because I'm looking at doing that here very soon. I want to take a little break, but I do want to start up bachelor classes maybe in January or March, somewhere around there, depending on how the schools operate and how the whole situation plays out. So this is not the end. There will be more videos, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, if there's any questions or comments you have, please leave those in the comments. I love reading those comments and responding to them. I respond as quickly as I can, but I also would like any ideas on videos that you guys would like to see, because I would like to give you the information that you need, or questions you may have, and not about any particular nursing process, but maybe the whole thing. If you're in fundamentals and you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help you guys out any way possible. So just let me know, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.